Vicky, what's your advice to broadcasters or anybody in the media in terms of using social media?
My advice would be get on with it. I mean, it's absolutely critical, I think, for broadcasters to reach out to audiences on whatever platforms they are. And we know audiences are now, they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on lots of other social media sites, so you can reach them by putting your content onto it.
How do you ensure that journalists in your organisation use it though? You have to build it into their workflow? It's not an extra?
Well, it should be part of their workflow. I mean, the whole point about journalism is being curious about what's happening in the world around you. So you should realise that actually, you know, the internet has changed how we work. So I wouldn't say it's an extra add-on. It's part of how you work now, how you find your information. I'd be a bit suspicious of a journalist who didn't use the internet for research or finding case studies or doing data research, that type of thing. So this is just an extension of that. So when journalists come up to me and say, oh, it's an extra thing I have to do, I think, well, actually, no, it's part of now how you work.
Is it important to adapt the content to the platform that you're working with?
I think that's very important. The content should absolutely suit the platform. I mean, Twitter is 140 characters. You cannot then start writing an essay and do 1,500 tweets to get your story out there. You adapt and put a pithy sentence with a link to something if you want them to read something more in depth. Facebook is used generally for people to interact with their friends. It's a social area. In terms of brands, it's a fan area, so you very much adapt to that.
You've experimented with live blogging. Is that working out?
Yeah, no, live blogging is a great tool for journalists. It's a very efficient way of doing a story because you can, the system allows you to bring in Twitter feeds from all your experts. So you have instant analysis of a live event as it happens in real time. You can bring in content from members of the public, their tweets, their updates. So it has a sense of urgency and action about it, which often news websites can't have because it takes people time to write articles and things like that. So we've had very successful, it's not an experiment anymore, it's part of our daily business. When a live event happens, we live blog it. And the traffic during the election has proved that that's a very successful way of reaching people.
Maybe we can use the F word, because when you go to Facebook, you also see a lot of fun stuff. How does that mix with a serious news organisation?
Well, I don't think there's a problem with that, and we are a serious news organisation, and one of our sort of brands is depth and analysis. But also, we have to do things differently. We try and have different takes on it, and being fun with certain aspects of the news, I don't see a problem. Obviously, you respect news that is you have to have a serious tone for. But Facebook is a site where there is a little bit more fun and interactivity. So the type of content we put on there would tend to be the lighter-hearted viral pieces, or just sort of, you might find this interesting and pass it on. And as a colleague here mentioned yesterday, obviously on Facebook you like something, so you don't put up something there that would be inappropriate for that. So I think you have to be conscious where you're posting material and not do it that might offend people who are on there.